What's happening, everybody? It's good to see everyone. Glad you're here. Let's see. All right. Sorry it took so long. I apologize for that. And hold on one second. Sorry, guys. All right. I think I've got my shit together now. I hope everyone's doing well. See, Siren Jag mentioned he's not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon, sir. We got Siren Jag, we got Anna Brown, we got a Gramsci Life, sorry, Cherry K, D Marie 85, Sherry Yautsy, Nicole H, Shelby M, Dizzy Lizzy, Cat's Eye, Maria. So I tried to upload like images for the emojis for members, and it was like you need this and this and that. It has to be 1.1 something. Dude, I don't know anything about computers, man. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm hoping somebody, because what I want to do, instead of having this boring old little image sitting there when I'm waiting for the chat to fill up a little bit, I'd like to have like a, hey, police wife life. I want to be able to like, yeah, it just won't let me, Road King. I don't know what it is. And I want to be able to like, I'm such a boomer. But I want to be able to like have like a theme type intro type thing. And I don't know anything about editing or anything like that. Josh said that he would help me out actually with that Twisted Tea. But you know, he's a busy guy and he's a dad. I don't want to bother him with it. You know what I mean? I did ask him and he was like, sure. But you know, I mean, I can't expect him to make it a priority. That he's a dad, you know, full time. And I messaged Robbie about it too, and Robbie said maybe somebody he knows can do it. Yeah, I cleaned up wrenches recently. So there are people who requested that I take away their wrench. There are people who I wrenched, but they never seem to be around anymore. So I guess they unsubscribed or something. So yeah, I just kind of tightened up the wrenching. So hey, KDK. And I mean, like, so yeah, man. The title of this is what the fuck is a Duggar? And I mean that because I don't know who the hell this dude is. But apparently he's a gross, nasty son of a gun. Oh yeah, thank you, Cherry K. Yeah, Cherry K just dropped the PayPal link. If you guys want to show support, I definitely prefer that. I obviously super chats. It's easier for people, so those are always welcome, and those are always great. Those are always appreciated. Hey, BV, Duggar, whatever, Duggar. The guy's a sickie. All right, he's a sickie, Duggar. Dude, I guess he's part of like some reality show. I don't watch reality TV, first of all, because it's not real, and it's just people with problems and splatting their problems back and forth at each other. So I just don't find any interest in that. But this dude apparently has 6 kids, man. 6 kids. And 6 kids and he's downloading kitty porn, dude. Like, that is not okay at all. Oh yeah, his parents had 19 kids. Jesus, man. Listen, dude. First of all, I got a problem with that. You know, I got a real problem with people who won't stop reproducing. Like, that is the most vain shit in the world, is just to keep multiplying like that. I mean, does anybody understand? Does anybody understand that the world is overpopulated right now? The country is overpopulated right now. I'm not saying not to have kids. I'm not saying that. I mean, I think people should adopt. Absolutely. I believe people should adopt. And I understand people wanting to have their own kids. That's cool too. But 6 of them, much less 19. Dude, that's too much, man. That's too much, dude. Like, stop it. Dude, straight up. How can you afford 19 kids, man? Like, I think I told you guys a story one time with this dude, because I see these families at my job all the time. And they've got like a bunch of kids. And I'm just like, how? Like, I'm exhausted just seeing them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this lady one time, I'm working with one dude, and this lady walks in with like 5, 6 kids, right? I think it was like 6 kids. And so, you know, as soon as she walks away, she scans all the kids in, and as soon as she walks away, right? As soon as she walks away, me and this dude that I'm working with, we get to talking about it, and we're just like, dude, how the hell do you do that, man? Like, that's too much. That's just too much, you know? And and this dude walks in just dragging his feet, just and looking miserable, and he's overhearing, you know, and I'm taking temperatures, you know what I mean? So I take his temperature while I'm talking to this dude, and the other dude that I'm working with, he's like, I think it's like 4 kids where the government, like, where the system will not give you any help. Like, they'll help you support 4 kids, but that's it. 4 is the cutoff. And he was explaining this to me, and I was like, and he was like, I think it's 4. I'm not sure if it's 4. And then I take the temperature of this dude that we're like acting like he's not even there, and and he corrects us, and he's like, yeah, it's 4. He's like, trust me, they're mine. I know, it's 4. And his dude looks like the life is sucked out of him every moment that he's awake. This dude This poor son of a bitch. Like, I was like, dude, I mean, but that's his own damn fault, dude. Dude, snip it, dude. Snip it. Be a man and be less of a man. Like, I think there's absolutely nothing at all wrong with getting a vasectomy or a hysterectomy, whichever. I think it's I think it's perfectly I think it's responsible. I mean, dude, like, I mean, it's dude, how? I mean, the environment is already a total mess. You think bringing 6 people into the world is gonna like help that? No, it's gonna make it worse. It's gonna make it worse. Nobody's telling you not to love your siblings. You have 12 siblings. That's great. I'm saying the way things are now, I mean, you're a Gramsci life. You're probably a grandma, and that's cool, you know. But what I'm saying is, you know, I mean, if you're an elderly woman, which I don't know if you are or not, but if you were an elderly woman, then back in the day, uh, you know, it made sense to have a big family. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to have a big family. Um, Nowadays, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see. Maybe that's just the insensitive side of me where I'm just like, no way. Like now that my kids are grown, the idea of having more kids is asinine. It's completely and totally asinine. For the reason that I wasn't very good at it in the first place. I tried, but I sucked at it. That's just, um, uh, yeah, I tried. Police wife will life. Yeah, totally fill me in, man. I'll even bring you on panel if you want to come on panel. Let me know if you want a link. Because I don't know who the hell these people are. All I know is this dude got caught with porn, with kiddie porn, and he's a churchgoer, so they're acting like, I mean, look at the quote from his sister Jill right here. We were reminded this morning in church about how important community is. I think I've brought this up before, but I've literally prayed for good community. We need others to support prayer, people to do life with, and so much more. So that's an Instagram post from Jill, age 29. She posted yesterday. I know this last year has tested all of us so much, but sometimes it's in the difficult times that you see more clearly who your people are as they become the hands and feet of Jesus. What the shit does Jesus have to do with your brother downloading kiddie porn? And he's got kids at home. Dude, look at this guy's. Hold on. I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this little clip here. I'm going to play this little clip just to bring everybody up to speed. Oh, no, I haven't gotten there yet. You give me a little credit, huh? I realize you're trying to give me some credit. Talk about I'm smarter than that. Yeah, I know I'm smarter than you know what I'm saying? I'm saying I'm saying, yeah, this dude is probably exploiting his own kids. He was probably exploited himself. I mean, you got a reality show of what is it, 19 kids? A reality show of 19 kids, and he abused a sex worker. Say what? Dude, I'm just gonna open up on the panel and let y'all come on here and fill me in on this stuff, man. This installment of the Glarer, people, is your show. It's your show today. 21 kids. How is she no longer part of? Y'all seem to know a lot, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link in here, bro, because I want the tea on this dude, bro. I want the tea. I want to know everything about this fool. Put this fool out on blast, as everyone seems to be doing right now. All right. Hold up. Get my gear on. And I don't know why my camera cuts out when somebody jumps on panel. It's weird. But what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can totally hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you joining.
Oh, no problem. I don't know how many people you can bring up on panel, but there's a few other people here that I know follow them. We've been following them for years. But if you remember, well, I guess you don't. You said you don't watch them. Anyway, they started the show out like forever ago
Yeah.
as
Somebody, real
19
quick.
kids and counting.
Sorry to cut you off real quick. Somebody made a point that without a crystal ball, that Katie Joy's been covering this since before it was cool, quote unquote.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I believe that, because isn't her content mostly reality TV shows that she talks about?
Right. And then she
That's
says
why I
that
don't watch
they're,
her, because
you
I
know,
mean,
she says they're a cult, which whatever. Basically, they
thank you,
were
Susan.
this Christian family that TLC got a hold of. They had 19 kids. They were all homeschooled. Girls were not allowed to wear pants. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Like just stupidity. Well, it came out that Josh, the oldest son, molested 3 of the girls of his sisters, right? So the dad takes goes to confide in one of his best friends, who happens to be a state trooper, who
But
is
that's
currently
this guy we're talking about, right?
no. Josh is the son. Josh is the
Josh
son
is
that's in
whose
jail
son?
right now. Jim Bob Duggar, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar's son.
Okay, so
He
this
is the
guy's
oldest of the 19 kids.
so it's okay, right? No, that's what I'm talking
Josh,
about. Josh is the guy we're
yes,
talking about, right?
yes.
Okay.
Josh Duggar is the one that they finally just went and arrested the other day. But a few years back, it came out, and that's when TLC stopped the show. And then they did a spin-off show with the older kids, which, whatever. But back to Josh. So Josh molested 3 of his sisters. So the dad, Jim Bob Duggar, goes and confides in one of his best friends, who happened to be a state trooper, right?
How old was he, and how old are the sisters that he molested?
I want to say at the time the youngest sister was like 5.
Oh God, dude.
And he was, I think, like 14. He was in his teens when he did it. But anyway, the Jim Bob Duggar, the dad, goes to confide in one of his buddies that's a state trooper, who is currently serving like a life sentence for molesting children. Go figure. They sent him off to
who's serving a life sentence right now?
the state trooper that the dad went and confided in when he found out that Josh was molesting his sisters.
So the state trooper,
he is currently like serving a life sentence for essaying children.
So I mean, so isn't it safe to say that that there's a possible familial trafficking ring going on here?
Here's the thing, okay? Josh, the one that's currently in jail right now, okay? This is very important. This is very important to know. Josh had a car lot, okay? He sold cars. Back in 2019, the U.S. Marshals and the feds raided his car lot. Took computers, took all kinds of crap. This is back in 2019. They just arrested Josh the other day from all of that that they had confiscated. You know, they're not going to get him till they're ready to convict.
Right. Yeah, I'm assuming based on your handle on YouTube, you are the wife of a police officer. Yes.
Yes. He
Okay.
does narcotics and all that, so I'm pretty well versed with
So
how
you
all of it
understand
works.
how this works. A lot of people don't
Yes.
realize you can't just arrest somebody. It's not about an arrest. It's about a conviction. So
that's right.
they need
You
to
are
make sure
100.
that right. The idea is to make sure that there's enough evidence to convict, not just place someone under arrest.
And you know what, Will? Thank you for saying that, because people scream, well, why aren't they doing anything? Why aren't they doing anything? Here's the thing. They raided him in 2019. Yes, it took a few years, but U.S. Marshals and the feds, Homeland Security went in and got him. They're not going to come get you till they know that they can nail you to a cross. They are going to have that case like sealed.
Yeah, because the defense's job, and you know this guy's got a lawyer. You know what I mean?
They got him 3 lawyers.
Yeah, he's got a team of lawyers. He's probably going to get off, because this is what we see. This is what we see consistently. I don't know. I mean, because the thing is when it comes to the defense, and I don't understand this, because I mean, usually when you have a public defender, for the most part, most of the time, a public defender will try to cut a deal. Right?
Yes.
Try to cut a deal and plead out, right? Get their client to plead out normally. But here we are, and when you're paying a lot of money for a defense team, they don't mind going to trial because they're getting paid by the hour, man. You know what I mean? And B, they know that all they have to do is create doubt in 1 out of 12 people's mind.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, this goes deep, though. This goes deep because they're all into politics. Okay. The family was into politics, and they're talking like Josh at this point, believe it or not, as sick as it is, he's the small fish. There's some politicians involved in this that they're trying to bring into it. He was also, have you ever heard of Ashley Madison?
Yes.
Josh was very involved with that.
Ashley Madison is like remind me what that is.
It's a big porn ring.
Okay. So it's a porn company.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Why it sounds familiar to me.
Yeah. I mean, the scary thing right now is that he does have 6 kids. He's got daughters out of that, and his wife is currently pregnant with her 7th child right now.
Jesus, dude. So I mean, this guy's downloading. Do they think that he's distributing child pornography?
His charges were
he had children under 12. Under 12.
Possessing and receiving were his charges, no distributing.
Yes.
Okay.
But the distributing is looking like there was some higher ups that were involved in that. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah,
they conducted a raid in 2019 on his car lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they think that that's when everything like really was found and started. So.
And right now, he's trying to currently convince his family and everybody that it was someone that worked for him at the car lot that was doing that, not him, which is not going to be.
There's also a rumor that he traded like everything that was in his name into his wife's name.
Yes.
Do you think that the wife is involved?
No.
Okay. Okay.
You have to understand, they're like, and I hate to give her credit on this because Katie Joy likes to say that they're a cult, and to a certain degree, some of the activity, the way that the women are trained up, like he cheated on her. She knew about him doing that to his sisters before they got married. She still married the man. So
what?
Oh yeah, she's like still standing by his side. It's the way that
the women are taught.
Right. They're trained.
Okay. I mean, is Katie Joy that far off? You know what I'm saying? Like,
in my opinion,
it
no.
sounds cultish. I mean,
definitely is.
I mean, think about it. This is going on right under her nose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if they're a hardcore Christian family, they're probably kind of old fashioned traditionally, right? So she probably spends a lot of time momming, you know, like a lot of time momming. So how is she not aware? I mean, unless you know what I'm saying, like, because you're not going to tell me that this dude messed with his little sisters and he's not doing something to his own kids. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
there's a lot of
is definitely a
speculation.
concern of mine.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation. But I can tell you that HRS, DCF, whatever's in their area, I can promise you those kids are being looked at to see if there's any issues there. That has not been released yet. So,
And the other thing is, they, ever since the Ashley Madison thing, and it came out that he had molested his sisters, they live on the property.
Explain the Ashley Madison thing to me, please.
Do you remember when the leak got out of who was on the site? It was like 6 years ago.
Oh, there was a big leak as to who was on it and who was using it. Because I think Ashley Madison, I don't think it's a porn ring. I think Ashley Madison is actually like isn't it an escort
you
service
can, like,
or something?
hire,
right.
It was like an escort service for a lot of married people were involved in it, basically.
Sure.
So,
but that's when he allegedly assaulted. I think her name is Danica. She released a statement as well.
What did he do?
I don't know details. I'm pretty sure she had to sign an NDA and hasn't released too much about it. But
he apparently got very rough with her. Wasn't that the allegations on that one?
I'm not 100% sure. But she also released a statement recently about it. About his recent arrest.
Right.
I saw I didn't get to watch much of it at all, actually, but I'm subscribed to Charlotte.
Yes.
And I saw you in her chat earlier. So it's like, where did I see her before? Yeah, no, she's such a sweetheart. She's such a sweet lady.
She is. Charlotte is the sweetest. And she's, you know, if you watch her coverage on what's going on with this, she takes it to heart. She's very delicate in the way she approaches it. If you watch Katie Joy, she literally right now, this is her money train. The excitement and the giddiness that she portrays when she is giving all this information on children essayed is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting the way she's portraying it. Charlotte,
well, I mean,
so well.
What are the chances that this guy's even going to survive a trial? Because, I mean, if there are more important people involved, we're probably looking at an Epstein type situation.
Yeah,
here,
his
right?
next court date, I think, is May 5th or 6th. And
that's his bond. The trial itself is scheduled to start in July, but from what I've been reading, most federal cases plea out, like 90% of federal cases plea out before a trial begins.
Right. Well, the judge has already made it very clear. He's on no bond right now, Will, and the judge has already made it
the statement that I read, the statement that I read from his attorneys sounds a lot like they plan on fighting this. You know?
Yeah. Oh, they totally do.
Well, Josh, for whatever reason,
I don't think he plans on pleading. I don't think he plans on pleading and making a deal. Now, or at least publicly, because if I'm pleading and that's public, and I'm somebody who runs a ring and he's just a small fish in that, I'm not. Yeah, that dude is he's wearing some concrete boots, going in the river, something, right? I mean, he's not going to be. Yeah, they're going to do everything they can to keep because this guy knows. He knows more. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. If I'm
law enforcement, right? If I'm law enforcement, I'm like this dude. I'm going to get this guy to talk and get me somebody bigger. You know.
I mean, he's on no bond right now, and the judge has made it very clear that if and when he does get bond, he is not to be around any minor children, including his own. He's going to have a custodian, which a custodian cannot be a family friend or a family member. He's going to have somebody with him 24/7.
like I was
Those are
saying
gonna be
before,
I mean, good.
conditions.
Good. You know what I'm
ever
saying?
since the Ashley Madison thing, him and his wife and all the kids moved on to
So
the
you
Duggar
never
compound,
explained
what
to
they
me
call
the
it.
Ashley Madison thing. So what happened with Ashley Madison? What's
Uh,
the story
it
there?
basically came out that he had an account and he was cheating on his wife, and then right around the same time it came out about
He
his
assaulted
sisters, what he was
somebody.
doing with his sisters.
Okay, and he assaulted somebody that he met
Mhm.
on that site.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that he met her on that site.
Well,
But
yeah.
he was living like right outside of Washington, D.C. at the time and was involved in politics.
Yes,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. There's bigger ones involved.
At what capacity was he involved in politics? Does anybody know specifically?
I can't remember the exact details, but I know that it was with a Christian group, and they were, they fight like Roe versus Wade and stuff like that.
Man, that's so annoying. I'm not traditionally Christian, but a lot of people that I know and care about, people that I'm related to, are very, very Christian. And when people do things like this, it really gives the whole idea of Christianity a bad name. And I think
That's
that sucks
right.
because I know that Christianity has saved people's lives that I know. So it's really sad when this takes place. He was a lobbyist. Okay.
The way that you have to look at it, though, is it's certain groups of Christians. And if you look at like the documents that they follow, they're sickening. Like they say that women have to be joyfully available for their husbands all the time, regardless of how they feel, regardless of how pregnant they are, regardless of what they've done that day. They always have to be available for their husbands. When the whole Ashley Madison thing first broke out, they blamed Anna, who is his wife, for it.
So I'm seeing a lot of comments regarding Katie Joy. So Katie Joy, I mean, is it possible? And I know this isn't going to be a very popular question, but is it possible? Because I mean, let's face it, Katie Joy is probably the most hated woman on YouTube. And is it possible that people are taking that and letting that affect how they view how she's talking about this issue?
Not for me, it's not. For me, I couldn't report a story on something happening to children and actually be smiling and giddy about it. I find nothing to be happy about.
I mean, I'm smiling and I'm laughing, but most of it is just like, I mean, I'm laughing at the whole Katie Joy. I always laugh at the Katie Joy phenomenon.
Right.
I mean,
but you're new to it. You're not up here smiling and laughing because children were SA'd.
No. I think this dude needs to be locked the hell up, and I hope that he brings down others with him. I hope that he's somebody who has information. I hope that law enforcement and the DA get this information from him, and they make more prosecutions.
Right.
I really hope so. This is a win. I had no idea. I just thought it was okay. So this guy had a little bit of kiddie porn, and he's a reality star, but I had no idea these details that make it a much bigger deal than what it appears on the cover of People magazine. You know what I'm saying?
It's very involved, and it's hard to just talk about it in a few minutes because it's very involved. And again, the U.S. Marshals and Homeland Security. It took a few
I'm sorry, I'm
years to
reading
do
some
this.
of these comments, but like these comments are too much.
Yeah, I see.
There's also speculation that his grandfather on his paternal side exposed him to some of this stuff when he was younger.
I mean, that's a very common thing that this is something that happens to them, and then they grow up to do the same things.
There was an AMA on Reddit the other day where one of his childhood friends was answering some questions, and he did make a comment about his grandfather. So there is speculation, which also leads me to believe that his father's involved in something somehow. And it wouldn't surprise me if his father was involved, but somehow got blamed on child.
And we've got a police officer involved. So how much police are probably involved?
Well, they follow Bill Gothard. I mean,
the state trooper that Jim Bob confided in is like doing life for,
Wow. Good. And I mean, that dude, I'm telling you right now, that dude's not having a good time in prison.
No.
He is definitely not.
And
He
nor
is
should
doing,
he.
he is probably doing literally the hardest time that there is. So you've got an ex-cop who's in prison for SA.
Yes.
So
I'm honestly sitting back waiting to see how involved Jim is in all this, the dad, because
Jim is disgusting in general.
Shelby, you are 110%. He is.
I mean, is it unfair?
And
is it unfair to fear that this guy is basically breeding and raising trafficking victims? I mean,
he does a lot worse than that too, or not a lot worse, but he does a lot more than that.
Exactly. I was gonna say there is so much. Like, I don't even know
so
they've
been on TV for years, obviously, and when the whole
I never even heard of that show.
And they canceled, huh?
I never even heard of that show.
Well, when the
I never watched TLC. Like, I don't watch anything on TLC. There's literally not one thing that I've ever sat and watched on TLC by choice.
Well, they canceled 19 Kids and Counting when everything first came out. But then they came back with Counting On and had the girls like make statements and blah, blah, blah. Right. Well, it came out a couple years ago that Jim Bob, the dad, wasn't even paying the kids for being on the show. Like, TLC was paying them and Jim Bob was pocketing all the money.
Correct.
It came out because Jill had a C-section for her child and asked TLC, they're like, hey, we're letting you film this. Could you at least help us compensate for the C-section and all the medical bills? And they were like, we do, we pay you. And that's when they found out that their father was actually pocketing all the money. Jill is not even allowed at the family house unless her father is there anymore. And she has to ask permission to go there.
And like Will doesn't know because he hasn't watched it, but thank God Jill, she's one that was abused by him. Thank God she is married to a great guy. She's got a couple kids, and the poor girl has been in therapy over this.
So Jill's one of the victims. So why?
Yes.
Why is she saying all this nice stuff on Instagram? You know what I'm saying?
She's not. The community post was not about her family. She's not involved with them.
No.
Okay.
She doesn't even go to. She hasn't been to their house in a while.
So I'm seeing this from a completely different perspective now. So let me read it again. We were reminded this morning in church about how important community is. I think I've brought this up before, but I've literally prayed for good community. We need others for support and prayer, people to do life with, and so much more. I know that this last year has tested all of us so much, but sometimes it's in the difficult times that you see more clearly when your people are as they become in the hands and feet of Jesus. So, okay, so this is someone who seems like her faith has not been broken. If anything, it's been strengthened. So I think that's a very positive thing.
Yeah, she has an amazing husband, actually, who, he's helped her a lot. She never knew boundaries because of the way she was raised. So she.
Thank you so much, Mary Lopez.
You should see what her husband posts on Twitter.
Oh, I know. He is funny. I've spoken to Derek. Derek is a very, very. He's a great guy for her. I'll tell you that.
So Derek's her husband?
Yeah. Derek Diller is her husband. Yes.
Yeah, because
he's very supportive of her.
It seems to me that that post is more about just, seeing this happen, it's going to bring up the past a lot for her, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. All this taking place, it's bringing up a lot of old feelings.
Well, she's even said she doesn't go to the house because it triggers her. So she hasn't been to her parents' house.
I'm sure I have no doubt in my mind, and understandably so, that this entire situation has triggered her. And so, but she seems the positive side to that is that based on what I'm reading in her post, she has a lot of support.
She does.
She has she has an entire community, as she stated, supporting her through this. So I think that's fantastic. Because I mean, yeah, these
Sorry,
victims,
my kid's being loud.
these
It tells
victims,
Katie
what
that
they have to live with.
Derek will not talk to her. He has no interest in talking to her. In fact, I think that down the line here, when things have settled a bit, I think she's going to find herself having some issues from the things that she has said about
And
the girls.
the other thing, after they found out what Josh had done with the girls and they were building their big house, they built it in a way to make sure that it technically doesn't happen again. So the girls all share one bedroom, and the only way you can access the bedroom is going through the parents' bedroom.
What is it, Duggar? I was saying Duggar this whole time because I have no idea who this dude is.
I actually laughed the way you said it. I'm like, no, Will, it's Duggar, not Duggar, buddy.
I mean, yeah. I mean, dude, the whole, I promised the people in my Patreon last night that I was going to go live today. I had nothing really to talk about, but this guy was blasting my news feed.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
So I decided to just do a live about it and let somebody explain it to me. I'm really glad you guys are here and came on to do this because I'm fascinated by it because it's a lot more than I thought it was. It's so I'm going to be following this closely, actually.
Follow it, bud. It's sickening, but you know what? People need to open their eyes. And I mean, even the adult girls now, my heart breaks for them because they are re-victimized every day the way certain people report on them, and it's sickening.
Yeah. No.
And it's not even like they fully raised all those kids because once they were old enough to like not breastfeed anymore, they got pushed off onto the older girls.
Right. They were raised on the buddy system. I mean,
Dizzy Lizzie, thank you for the PayPal. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I mean, the problem, like, what's crazy is, and I'm really glad that this, because you're getting, my listeners that listen to me normally, they're getting a natural reaction from me here because I'm shocked at the details because the possibilities and speculations are going crazy in my head right now. You know what I mean? Like the possibilities of how many victims there are, how powerful the people that are involved could be. It's very, very scary. It's very, very scary. But I'm really glad this guy's caught. And I hope, I'll even pray that another Epstein situation does not take place here. I want this guy to talk. This guy needs to sing. Because we need this. This is the thing, man, is these predators, man, they hide. They're them being anonymous and being in the shadows is exactly what strength is, their power and their strength. You shine a light on them, you know what I mean? They're not powerful anymore. You know what I'm saying? These aren't even dangerous people in the sense of you got to worry about yourself if you're talking about them. Like they're going to freak out. If you put a light on a child, on a chomo, you're straight up like they're just going to freak out. Oh my God. Because they're deviants. Yeah. They're deviants and they victimize and then they make excuses and they act like they love these kids on a level that we just can't understand. And I don't want to hear that shit.
Well,
I don't want to hear that
scary.
Shit.
It's beyond scary because this is just now, they've been investigating it for a couple of years now, but there's no telling how many kids we're going to find out that were abused in this. And can you imagine if there was any sex trafficking involved in it? Oh,
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
We don't know how deep it goes yet.
I mean, well, look at the people that are involved right now.
Right.
Familial trafficking is a thing. I've done live streams on it. Mm-hmm. It's a thing. It's a very common thing. It's a very common thing.
I hope that more of the adult children leave now and separate themselves from the family.
Exactly.
The oldest, or one of the
What
older
the hell is
daughters,
going on
Ginger.
here? Because you've got the basically what the Sophie Long accusations were is actually what this is, right? And the difference though is it's freaking televised. You see what I'm saying? These are famous people on television. These are people that families watch together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, this is Bill Cosby tenfold.
One of the older daughters, Ginger, has recently taken her daughters off of social media altogether and isn't showing their faces. So I think that she's starting to realize and try to pull back as well. But she also lives in California, so she's away from the family a little bit.
Yeah, she got away for the most part, but she's still involved with the parents, which blows my mind. But then Jim Bob is the controller. He controls everything in that family. So
yeah, I mean, so you're saying basically that it's just absolutely difficult to believe that he's not involved in some way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Okay.
I find it very hard to believe that he's not. I think it's going to come out at some point.
I mean, the heat's on him, man. I'm sure. You know what I mean? The heat is on him. So he's probably already wiped hard drives and whatever. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can't imagine what he's done to the kids in general. I mean, who knows what he possibly did to Josh when he was younger, what his dad did to him, what he's done to the girls. You never know.
Right. I think we're gonna find out. It goes pretty deep. And like Will said, it's the higher ups that makes it scary.
Right. But it's also, I mean, I'm hopeful because what happened here is this guy getting arrested is better news than I thought. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's better news than I initially thought. So, and the reason why that is because there's the possibility that he can name names and bring more powerful people down, and actually affect a ring.
Yeah.
So,
and I hate to say it, but I really think that as bad as Josh is, I think he's going to be one of the smaller fish.
I hope so. I absolutely hope so. That's why I say it's better news than I thought, because maybe he's just a smaller fish in a very, very large pond. With very, very big fish.
It's also good news because he's away from his wife and his kids, and who knows, God, what he was possibly doing.
I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm calling it, man. I'm calling it. This dude's getting Epstein. This dude is getting Epstein. I'm telling you right now. I hope it doesn't happen. But I mean,
I really wish his wife would leave him, but there's no chance in that.
Type of one.
No.
Type of 1 in chat, guys. Type of 1 in chat if you think this dude is getting Epstein. Type of 2 if you don't think so.
Anna is really, I mean, she's been conditioned and she's going to stay by his side. Her brother tried to get her to leave him how many times? But she's just standing by his side.
A lot of ones, man. A lot of ones in chat, dude. Siren Jack says 2.
Well, I appreciate you letting me come up. I've got my grandson who's probably about to have a meltdown here.
I'm
really grateful that you come up and talk to you, but I really appreciate you letting me.
I'm really grateful that you came on,
a little bit.
Oh, you did great. I really appreciate it, man. This is a much better live stream than I expected it to be. Already. So and so you were very informative.
I just want people to not, let's not blame his wife Anna. Let's, hope that someone can get to her and she'll wake up, because she is just as much of a victim in my eyes as the rest of them.
Well,
yes, she is. She's been conditioned and taught her whole life all this stuff and taught,
that's
you're
fair.
supposed to stand by your husband and all this.
That's fair,
stuff.
But if she knew about it, she's still accountable.
I don't think she knew about what he just got arrested for. I'm pretty sure that was all on his work stuff, and she had no idea.
Yeah, that's the stuff that was taken off of his work computer, so I could see her not really knowing about
And
any of
any
that.
kind of PORN is very looked down upon within their religion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Wait, is that
basically
real?
boot camps.
Is that a thing that they sign
Oh
something
God.
that they can't leave their husbands?
Oh, I don't know about that. You want to know what you should look up though? The loyalty song that he sang at their wedding.
This is
Oh my.
dude,
That was insane.
lifetime movie writers couldn't come up with this.
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, dude,
It's just, you know what? It's just heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking because this is the field that I work in. I work for the Child Advocacy Center here in my area, and it's heartbreaking.
Oh, I would love to have you on more often. I would absolutely
have no
love
problem.
that.
I'm a guardian ad litem here, and that's what I do. I am the voice for the kids. I'm not the
That's
voice for the
fantastic.
parents. I'm the voice for the kids, and you know what? We need more people to get into it because we are
Let me
so
ask you a question.
short-handed.
Let me ask you a question, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to. But did you believe Sophie Long?
Did I believe Sophie Long? I'll be honest with you. I do.
Okay. Yeah, I do too. I do too.
I think
but I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it. Please tell me what you think, but I don't want to. Yeah. But having a guardian ad litem on here, if there's no way I wasn't going to ask you that.
That's that's
you know
what I
mean?
do. I mean, you can reach out to me anytime. I would be more than happy to answer questions, do whatever. But no, Sophie, absolutely, she was groomed. No doubt, no doubt in my head. I mean, I could really go into depth there, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't have an expert opinion. I just saw it just didn't make sense to me why a child would be that adamant to not go with their own mother.
Correct.
So to me, that speaks volumes.
Because
honestly.
even an abused child still loves their parents, and that's what people don't understand.
Right.
They will always still love that parent. So
yeah, it's really funny when that case caused man, a hell of a shit show on YouTube. And it started. I mean, there was this big rivalry between me and another creator, and it was just really, really ugly.
But short answer to that, yes, I absolutely wholeheartedly believe her.
Yes, but it was like nobody wanted to hear that part.
I know
that she was afraid to go with her own mother. To me, I mean, that speaks volumes. And then they want to blame the dad and say that he brainwashed her. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
People want to go for the easy answers, and they don't want to dive into the darkness of it.
Because I mean, I absolutely 100% believe Sophie. Because and that's the thing, and it sucks because her dad ended up just turning out to be a complete douche, and then
he's a douche canoe for sure.
Yeah, and so that was the only chance that little girl had. You know what I'm saying? That was the only chance she had. Now his credibility's fucked,
right?
And that little girl is never gonna get justice.
Never.
You know, I mean,
you said it. You nailed it. She's not, and she's gonna go through a lifetime of just being an insecure, messed up child if someone doesn't get her the help that she needs. Because as far as I'm concerned, she's not being helped.
I've FaceTimed with Michael Long on several occasions, and he has shown the kids playing and laughing for like a split second, and they look happy with him, You know what I mean?
Right.
I saw this with my own eyes. And they looked happy with him. But so I don't see abuse coming from that side, because someone as adamant as she was in that video, there's no way that she's going right. She's not going to just be all happy and go lucky in an abusive environment.
No.
So yeah, I don't believe
and I'll tell you,
she was a product of alienation or anything like that.
No,
at least not from his side.
You know,
at least not
I'm
from
a
his
huge
side.
no, I'm a huge person on the eyes, and you know they say the eyes are the window to your soul,
right?
And I truly believe that.
I agree.
Tell a lot from looking into a kid's eye and having a talk with them. You be amazed at what you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hop off. I got to take care of my kids. I'm gonna hop off. But thank you for letting me come on.
Shelby M, thank you for coming on. You were great and super informative. I'm really, really grateful that you joined me. Thank you.
Bye.
So yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll get off. So maybe you've got some other people that want to come up, and I appreciate it.
Nobody's
feel free to reach
backstage.
out. Will.
Oh
if
yeah.
you ever want to do anything as far as the child advocacy goes, let's do it. Because
do you have my email?
I don't think I do. Is it on your page somewhere? And I can.
Probably.
You have Twitter, don't you? You have Twitter?
I do have Twitter. Yeah.
I'll reach out to you in a DM on Twitter.
Awesome. That's even better.
My name is completely different on Twitter, so.
Okay.
but yeah, I definitely would be willing to do whatever. Kids they're so important.
Yeah, I mean, I'm covering 3 different cases where a kid was murdered by a parental figure right now. All 3 are at trial, you know?
Yeah.
And none of those 3 are even the Daybell Vallow case. So
yeah.
I mean, I talked about the Daybell Vallow. I did one live on it, you know, and I mean, if crazy stuff starts happening during the trial, then I'll probably talk about it still. But But I mean, right now, I mean,
with my husband being law enforcement, and then of course I'm a retired 911 dispatcher, and I went into the children advocacy, and I just wish I would have gotten into it a lot earlier. But I love what I do, and you'd be amazed at what parents will do to their own children. It's just
no, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What's going on in my chat, man? First of all, Justine Kestner keeps asking me like I'm an expert on this subject. Dude, I don't even know these people. What's she
asking?
She's spamming my chat with the same question. Do you think Anna could get in trouble? I don't know who Anna is. So
Anna is Josh Duggar's wife. Anna is Josh Duggar's wife.
Okay. I mean,
and we have to wait and see what all gets uncovered. I mean, no one can answer that right
now. And I ain't mad at you for spamming the chat. I just thought it was funny. But
at least you have a sense of humor.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, the chat, dude, I troll. I troll people with wrenches. Like I have a wrench in other people's channels and I troll their chats just to be funny, and they're cool with it. So I'm not like, yeah.
Well, I have a wrench, but I don't troll people. I have wrenches, but I'm not a troll.
I mean, I do it in a playful, loving way. Like I won't troll like channels that I don't support. You know what I mean?
Right. But yeah, no, I appreciate you letting me try and explain some of it to you. And like I said, I'll reach out to you on Twitter. I'll DM you, and we'll have to put something together.
Yeah, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So yeah, thank you again for.
All right, well, thank you, and I'll jump back in the chat.
Right on.
All right, buddy. Bye.
I wonder if she can do that. I mean, she can't defend herself because she got her library privileges taken away. Letitia Stock had her library privileges taken away. I wonder. I wonder. Does anybody know if Scott Reich talked about that? Because I wonder from an attorney's perspective. I wonder from an attorney's perspective if that's somehow a violation of her rights. If she's representing herself, I mean, she has to use the library to educate herself on how to defend herself. She's not an attorney. So, I mean, yeah, if you guys aren't on Patreon, man, join Patreon. We have a lot of fun. And I get real honest in Patreon. Because those, man, yeah, like that's a hell of a thing when people show you that kind of support, man. So I just try to be as genuine and just make it as intimate and genuine as I can with you guys. But I had a blast last night. And I was really in a funk too. And then, you know, once I cracked open the oak leaf and the and we were going over that interrogation video of Casey Anthony, we had a great time. So yeah, that's what I do for the most part in Patreon is I dig up old cases and talk about that stuff. And we have some adult beverages in the process. So it's fun. Yeah, man. So how about Police Wife Life, man? That she was super informative, dude. Now this, I mean, dude, I I hope this guy does not get Epsteined, you know? I hope he totally names names. I want to see, yeah, I want to see a takedown. And I want to see this covered. Why isn't this covered by national media the way, I mean, it's only tabloid articles that I keep finding. It's Us Magazine, People Magazine, that's the only people talking about this. Why isn't mainstream media talking about this right now? I mean, I get that COVID is a big deal. I fully acknowledge that COVID's a big deal. I get that police brutality, racism is a big deal and needs to be talked about. Absolutely. But why don't any of these news sources feel that it's just as important to talk about child exploitation and trafficking? Why? You know what I mean? To get them to beat this in people's heads so that we don't stand for it. That's the issue right there. People don't know about it. People don't want to think about it. The subject itself is so uncomfortable. So people don't want to talk about it. But there needs to be a dialogue created, and it needs to become the norm so that we don't stand for it anymore. We have to step up and protect our kids. There's no way around that. There's no way around that. I'm not talking about that specifically. I'm not talking about the Duggar thing specifically right now. I'm just speaking generally. There's predators out there, and these predators use the fact that you feel uncomfortable talking about this issue or even thinking about it. They use that fact to operate. That fuels them. That's what they use, is your fear of feeling uncomfortable. Exactly. Police wife life. Like, see something, say something. Oh, I didn't even know she was live. I mean, I'll stay alive for a little while, man, because this is a terrible, disgusting problem in our society that needs to be fixed. Now, I mean, I'm a realist. You know, you're never gonna abolish murder. You're never gonna abolish SA. That's not gonna happen. I understand that. I'm a realist. I get it. But how many victims can we help and save by making this issue one of the front runners in the news? This needs to be shoved in everybody's face the way COVID is, the way racism is. Absolutely. We need to protect our kids. There's no way around that. I won't accept any other logic than the fact that we need to protect our kids. Oh, you're good, Justine. You're good. You're good. Let's see here, Road King. The glare, they won't, because that issue will bring us together, not tear us down. You know, that's a whole nother conversation, but I'm not going to say I disagree with you. Yeah, the objective, based on what we're seeing, is to divide. The country is divided right now in a way that it hasn't been in a very, very, very long time. And that's really, really sad. Right. Yeah, Heather McDonald says some have tried to make this political because of Josh's and the Duggars' political beliefs. This is not political. It is a fact. No, it's not political. But if politicians are involved, well, then we got a big problem, don't we? If politicians are involved in this type of in this type of disgusting operation, and this type of behavior, they need to be locked up. We as a people need to demand that the people that we depend on to represent us live by a certain moral code. You know, I mean, and yes, police wife life. I absolutely agree. We need more children advocates. We need more. Yeah, we need representatives who are living, who are setting a certain example, because they're the best people. They're the people that we've selected to represent us. I want honest people doing that. And I realize that's unrealistic. Politicians are usually pretty dirty, right? But you know, that stuff happens because we let it happen. Because we don't demand something better. We don't speak up and demand better. Do better, politicians. We don't ever do that. We need to remember the fact that these elected officials, they're public servants. that translates to they work for us. We demand better. They work for us. Taxpayers pay their bills or pay their checks. This is a very unpopular opinion. Now, I don't know enough about it. But a lot of people feel differently. Tina's crazy life. They feel that she has been brainwashed over all these years. So they feel that she's just as much of a victim as anybody else. But what's up, Leisha here? My son and I are seeing what we can do about this. Long story short, he is sick of the system not facing a damn about what happens to the kids. He's 11. Wow. Sounds like a very good kid. Very special kid. Okay, yeah. See what I mean? People feel she's a victim too, man. Tina's crazy life. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, man. You know, I mean, I firmly believe that that's a situation where two people could have an opinion and they're really not wrong. You know what I mean? Even though they're opposing opinions, neither one of them is really wrong. I mean, is it really so hard to believe on one hand that she was basically molded to be the type of person to just submit to her husband? And also, you know, the other way to look at it is, it's so wrong to hold her accountable if she is one of the adults running this household. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess the truth will be told, you know, the time will tell. Hey, DCP Ames, ¿cómo estás? Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, Ellie Brabs. How about we wait for evidence that she was an accessory or had knowledge before we burn her at the stake? I completely agree. So in the meantime, the right thing to do is just assume that she's innocent. I mean, who wants to be married to a guy who's got kiddie porn? And disgusting, dude. People blow my mind. Let's see. She is a victim in that she has subpar education, no job history, and soon to be 7 kids to support. I mean, but does that make you a victim, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, you chose that life, though. You know what I'm saying? You chose that life. You did. You know? So she's absolutely dependent on this man. That's the facts. That's if that's the case where she has a subpar education and no job history, well, she's dependent on this guy. Dude, I can handle 7 kids, man. Hell no. That's too much, dude. Too many kids, dude. I don't know how y'all do it, man. I don't know how y'all do it. But come on, man. If you got 3, stop there, please. Just please. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at you otherwise. I don't have any say over that shit. I'm just, I'm asking as a courtesy. Kind of like, it's like asking you to recycle, you know, or not litter. You know, come on, don't make more than 3 kids, please. The world can't handle that, dude. It's too much. It's too much. Yo, I think that's like so arrogant to just continue to reproduce and reproduce and reproduce the way the world is today. Dude, there's no way I'm bringing a kid into this world now, the way it is. I mean, and I'm not trash talking anybody who is having kids right now. I have friends that are just now having kids. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's a lovely thing. Congratulations, all that stuff. Best wishes. But come on, man. At 3, that should be good. Come on. I'm just asking as a favor. At 3, that should be good. I mean, that's not too much to ask. I don't think that that's too much to ask. Just come on. Dude, there's so many different ways, to control birth. There's so many different ways. Dude, I mean, come on, man. I don't want to have to sit up here and have a sex education course with you all. I mean, you all know the methods. Find the one that works best for you and your partner. But for God's sake, dude, after 3, cut it, please. It's getting hard to breathe. Right before I smoke a cigarette is me saying that. Oh, yeah, don't go over there messing with people, man. Yeah, come on. I appreciate you, and I appreciate where your heart's at on that, but, don't do me any favors, please. Hold on, I gotta fix this. All right. Hey, Gramsy Life is here. Hold on. I just unplugged my headphones. I'm not gonna have her on here and I can't hear her, bro. But a Gramsy Life's awesome. Speaking of that creator, Gramsy Life won my heart when she totally, classily got on that panel and just owned her. It was fantastic. Hold on. What's up, a Gramsy Life?
Hey there.
How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
I am fabulous now that you're up here with me.
Well, thank you.
How you been?
Good.
Right on.
Busy taking care of grandkids.
I love it.
So, I do agree that the wife should not be blamed in this because I have a past of being my stepmother because of my dad, and she is not to blame at all. I think that people need to realize that in this belief that they do whatever they're told. I come from that. And they do whatever they're told. They turn a blind eye or whatever. They need to realize this woman has 6 kids to take care of. My stepmom had 12.
Shouldn't she still be held accountable for, being an adult? She's supposed to protect her kids. You know
Absolutely. When I found out about it, I was mad. But where do these things take place? We do not know. When I found out about it, I turned my dad in. And CPS went, and the boys totally denied it.
Wow.
Because that's just the way that works. It's sad to me. I stopped going there with my kids when I found out.
Wow. That's horrible.
it's hard being on that end, and because I did come from that lifestyle. My kid's dad just got out of prison, and he is 88 years old. I think he's 88. I come from that polygamous thing, and my daughter's devastated. He did this to his two granddaughters, and one is in an asylum because this happened to her. Nobody believed her, but he finally got put away.
That's incredible. But at least he's off the streets, man. At least he's not victimizing anyone anymore.
No, he's not.
Yeah, that's very brave of you. Yeah.
But for this, the Anna, I can guarantee she knew nothing. I'll guarantee it.
Yeah. But why is it unfair for people to think that she should have known?
I used
Does
to
that
think
make
that
sense?
about my stepmom. No, because I used to think that about my stepmom.
Okay.
Because there was a big house. You have that many kids to take care of. The dad takes the kids places. I don't know where this happened. I don't know if it happened because my mom passed away with 6 kids, and then she came into the family very young. I don't know how, underage, so I will not, with 6 kids, and then she had 6 more. So I don't know how old Anna was when she went into this, but their brains are brainwashed. It's hard to explain unless you've been in their place. She probably is devastated right now. She probably don't
I have
even know
no
how to
doubt.
react.
I have no doubt at all. I definitely am not. I mean, like I said, this is all new to me, but so far from what I'm hearing and understanding, I'm not getting the vibe of someone who is malicious in any intent whatsoever. So I feel like she's probably definitely devastated right now and having to deal with this. I mean, can you imagine how mortifying this must be for her? You know, I mean, imagine how humiliating and mortifying this must be for her on top of, you know, I mean, yeah, I feel for her. I absolutely do.
People need to realize there's so many secondary victims in this. There can be, I don't know the Duggars. I don't watch their stuff. I hear stuff from other channels like Charlotte. But I've been there.
Yeah. Charlotte's such a nice lady.
She is.
It's always a pleasant vibe in her chat.
You know, and then someone did mention, do people do this after that's happened to them? You know, my brother I haven't seen for 12, 13 years. He's in the Warren Jeffs, and I haven't seen him. He has kids. It did happen to him, so it makes me wonder, because he believes in the Warren Jeffs, and we know where he is right now. He's in Texas serving life for this very thing. So I don't know. It's really hard.
All we can do is really hope that that justice is served here. Let's hope that these kids get a fair shake, you know, and get to grow up.
I hope so too.
Nice and easy, and let's hope that that this guy knows other more powerful people and can bring them down with him. Let's hope that you know, because I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? If they cut a deal with him, where he gets even, I don't know, I don't know about immunity, but something close to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if he cuts a deal and actually brings down a bigger fish, I'll take it. You know what I mean? I won't be happy about it necessarily, but I'll take it. You know, because you know that dude should be locked up too. But I mean, if it means saving lives, and if it means avoiding putting God knows how many kids through trauma, then great. You know what I mean? Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I hope he. I don't know, because I've seen too many people get off. It's really scary for these kids.
I mean,
if
yeah,
he gets off.
and he's got a he's got a team of lawyers, man. You know, like,
Yeah,
that's
true.
that's not comforting at all. You know, I mean, any lawyer, dude, this is I'm the kind of guy, I follow enough true crime cases to where I've come to the conclusion that whether I'm guilty or innocent of a crime, which I can't imagine what felony I would ever commit, but if I'm guilty or innocent, I'm not saying a word, and I'm asking for a lawyer immediately. I'm shutting down. I want a lawyer. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm definitely not going to take a lie detector test. There's no way I'm doing that.
Exactly. Well, it's like my kids' dad, my two oldest. Their dad, when the first thing with a granddaughter, he just got a slap on the wrist, and he served his time on probation. Once he did that, he did it again, and he claimed that the girl wanted it because back in there you get more than life, but not with a granddaughter. So he used that to try to get off, and the judge slammed him. So I'm hoping the judge, whoever hears this, does not give him any kind of break on it, because it's so sad.
So Jerry K trolls my chat saying, is trolling a crime? It should be. Oh, the irony. Oh, the irony. I absolutely,
You too.
I adore Cherry K.
I do too.
I absolutely just adore her. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's incredible what you've been through. But it's fantastic that you dealt with it the way that you did. So I definitely commend you for that, and I'm grateful that you came. I'm grateful that you came on the stream to share your story.
Well, thank you. If I knew how to do what police Wi-Fi, if I had the time on my hands, I would so do it, because I've been there, but my life is tied up with my grandkids. So
yeah,
she is amazing to do that.
Oh, thank you, Rarely Care. Welcome. I appreciate it.
But I'm going to let you go, because my grandkids have been outside playing with their mom, and I'm sure they're going to be coming in soon. So I am going to jump out of the chat. You do great. Keep it up. Don't stop what you're doing. You're doing the right thing.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Gramsy. You're fantastic. Yeah, you're always a pleasure to have and chat, and I like seeing you in other chats too. It's great.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, you have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, Gramsy, she's awesome. Hey, man, Callie Gray, I didn't send nobody nowhere, okay? I didn't send nobody nowhere. All I'm saying is, you know, I mean, yeah, don't go over there stirring shit up, man. Like, I mean, yeah. Like, she's just Larry's problem now, not mine. No, I know you. I know, Callie Gray. I'm just saying. Yeah, like we have all these anti-tobacco and vape commercials. Why can't we have anti-grooming commercials? Road King 01 says. Right. That's the whole thing. We got to get over the fact, our society right now, man, is full of a bunch of soft, just delicate sensibility, people with just such delicate sensibilities, man. And it's not healthy, man. It's not healthy, like, you should have a delicate sensibility to the fact that this is happening, not have a delicate sensibility to the subject itself because it makes you uncomfortable. Like, we should absolutely demand more from our elected officials. And I know that I know the majority of law enforcement wants to crack down on this. You're going to tell me that raiding a trafficking ring isn't like 10 times more rewarding than making a drug bust? Thanks, Police Wife Life. Have a good one. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Marie Ken. You have a handful of movie stars that are corrupt and they dictate what we're going to hear. It's true. I mean, the way they're using movie stars right now is just crazy. Like, they're puppets, like they're, singing and dancing. You know what I mean? Singing and dancing, whatever they're trying to shove down your throat. Yeah, if you're one of these people with delicate sensibilities, man, this isn't the channel for you. It's not the channel for you, man. I mean, what we do here, man, is we talk about things that need to be talked about. I like to think that I try to talk about things that we have almost a responsibility to talk about. Jerry K. Yeah, I know, DCP Ames. My camera keeps going out, dude, and I don't know why. It's StreamYard. It has something to do with StreamYard and when I have people on panel. So, and then this happens because of the green screen. So hold on. All right. Let's try that again. Sure, boomer. Nah, DCP Ames, you the man. Right. Well, when the Deanna says, well, when the politicians are friends with people like Epstein, they don't really want to have anti-grooming commercials or shows. Very true. Well, this is what I'm saying is this is what we have to question, people. We demand this, but it's I'm realistic in the sense that I understand see, it just keeps happening on its own. And then watch, I'm gonna like turn it back on and it's gonna be all weird, like I'm being beamed up into outer space. Check it. Oh, hold on. Now it's just not even recognizing my. There we go. And then now, see. Beam me up, Scotty. So yeah, I'm not going to continue dealing with this back and forth with my camera. Oh my God. Damn, I posted that comment and I meant to read it and I didn't even read it. Hold on. All right, here we go. I'm just so thankful that people more and more choose smart, humane men and women versus know-it-all ladies that feel like they can lecture everyone. I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll go ahead and talk about it. That particular creator that you're referencing here, I after cooling off after all this time and really just not even really thinking about her and what she's doing, I realized also that it's not even her, like the thing is, man, this is a supply and demand kind of thing, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I blame the listeners. If people listen to her because they like to be lectured. The people that listen to her like to be lectured, obviously. They like to be referred to as peasants. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and hold that against her if she's created this little world of her own where she's the queen of everything and people want to be part of that. What what am I going to say about that? You know what I mean? I really don't give a shit. I honestly don't care. That case exhausted me, man. It exhausted me. It exhausted Annie. I mean, so yeah, and it's over now, so I just don't I just don't care about what she's doing, and good for her. If she's got that many people listening to her, right on. I don't care. She's not spinning that narrative anymore. That's all I cared about. I exposed everything about her as far as the doxing, as far as all that other stuff. And if people still want to overlook that stuff, that's on them, man. Dude, I'm totally traumatized by that case. I'm totally traumatized. I'm traumatized by a few things that have taken place here on YouTube in the last couple of months. I'm not even trying to lie about it. Like, some of the shit just gets me fucking, like, just straight depressed, like, low, bad, and it sucks. And I just don't want to do that anymore, man. I don't want to, I just don't want to do that anymore. So, like, I want to have fun here. Let's see. Good job, Will. You opened my eyes to a bunch of stuff. Well, thanks, man. That's great, Katie, too. I mean, I love that you guys get something out of this channel, man. You know what I mean? I get a lot out of it just hanging out with you guys, so I really appreciate you. It was one Charlie Brown voiceover. Wah, 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 wah. And I can't lie. I did drop a comment in someone's in someone's post that that I don't get along with, completely different creator that I don't get along with, and I posted. It was a very childish thing to do, but you know, what can I say, man? Sometimes I'm childish. Absolutely. One act of kindness can change someone. Let's see. The Glare Road King coerced you into traumatizing us during the Christmas video with that Charlie Brown thing. Oh yeah. That was Valentine's, actually. That video is so old, man. Like when YouTube first became a thing, I saw that. Oh, I guess Lauren Elizabeth saw the comment that I was just talking about. It was one of those things where, like, it just came out. It just came out, and yeah, it was petty and childish, and it's whatever, you know. Like, but fuck that guy. See, I don't know, Christy. This is very new to me, and I'm really glad that I decided to talk about it, because I had some very, very informative people come on the panel that told me stuff that I had no idea about. Like, I don't know who this dude is. I've never watched the TV show. I don't, you know. Katie 2 telling me to keep doing you. I'm a poet and didn't know it. That's so nice, Robin Lane. That's very, very nice. Thank you. Yeah, man. I think that's going to do it for me, folks. I had an excellent time. I think I'm actually going to go to the, for those of you who have supported the channel through Super Chat and through PayPal, preferably PayPal, because I see that money right away. But I appreciate it either way. Whatever's easiest for you is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. So those of you who did, thank you so much for that. And if just for showing up, man, thank you just for showing up and hanging out with me, man. I had a really, really nice time with you guys. This was I needed this. It was great. So I'm gonna go to the gym, and yeah. All right, guys. I love you very much, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.